Okay, so now this is connected to GT Bank. So we click on continue. It then returns back a code, which is what we're going to use to start calling our APIs. All right, now let's open up Postman to test the APIs.
Sorry, what I can see just code.
Yeah.
We can't see your.
Can you guys see my screen?
We can't see your Postman.
Can you guys see my Postman?
No.
Just brackets.
What I can see is just code. Ready?
Oh, okay. Wait. I think this is not sharing the full screen. Give me a second. All right. Can you guys see my Postman now?
Yeah.
Yes.
Wait, did you guys see the browser? Or... Hello?
Oh, we didn't see that. Just see code.
Oh, sorry.
Yes,
then I thought I was sharing the entire screen. So you guys didn't see this side.
No, not at all.
Okay. My bad. I thought I was sharing my full screen.
What you did.
Okay. So like I said, imagine a customer clicks on link account. It shows them a widget. Give me a second. I thought I was sharing the entire screen. The internet is really bad. So you guys can see the widgets, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Hello?
Yes, we can see the widget.
Yes, we can.
Yeah, we can see it.
So the bank, they have an account with. Can you guys still hear me? Hello?
We can still hear you. Continue.
Keep up. We're with you. Keep up.
Hello?
Yeah, just the data is just really bad right
perfect. So now I need to just log in with my internet bills. Internet is really bad. So now that is connected to GT Bank, we then get back this code. So this is the code that we will start using to call the APIs. Now, you guys can see my Postman, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, perfect. All right, so the first step in calling the APIs is something we call authentication. This is where you exchange the token that will go back from the widget, the ID of the customer. All we need to do is just put in that we go back from the widget, we can send. It's really bad. So it then returns back an ID. We can then say, okay, give me the account details of the user that just logged in. It returns back the name, the last 4 digits BVN, the account number, the currency, the balance, the return balance of the account, the type, and its institution. So we can also say, give me the identity of that user, right? So that returns the full name, the date of birth, the phone number, the email, the gender, the origin, the residence, the marital status, the name, the nationality, the residential address, everything about that person, including the full BVN and the photo ID. So we can also say, give me the transactions on that account. On that account. So here's the transaction that I did today, and here time purchase, a POS withdrawal, and things like that. So it's return business transaction. So we can also do interesting things like, okay, give me transactions that are Uber, right? So it return all transactions that are related to Uber trips, right? So these are all the transactions with Uber. So we can also do like statements. So in one API call, you can get back last 6 months bank statement in just one API call, without going through transactions. So internet is really bad today. Internet is bad. So yeah, so in one API call, it's returned a 6 months bank statement on that account, as you can see here. So we can also do credit. So credit is basically like deposit on that account, right? So it will tell you like the total about 40 million naira, and this is the historical view, right? So this month and last month and things like that. We can also do debit, right? So debit is like all the outflow from that account, about 40 million naira too. So this month, about 1 million naira left the account last month, and so on and so forth. And then we can do income as well. So this will tell you how much this person earns, and then the confidence. So this is like the probability. So this is about 205,000 naira as an income on that person, and that's it. So widgets and then the API calls, and you get access to the entire financial data of the person. That's it. Any questions?
Yes, that's a question. So does it mean that the user has to register with you to be able to log in with that widget? How do you get the user on board from that widget?
So the user doesn't need to register with us. They just need to log in with their bank internet banking details. That's it.
Okay, their internet banking details.
Yeah.
So this is specific for users that have internet banking details.
Right. Or mobile banking details, whichever.
Okay, so in connecting, say for example, my mobile app to the widget, is there a way that I can pass some specific parameters, maybe like my customer's ID, in some of the parameters that is with the widget, maybe more like what you have on Paystack's metadata, or maybe Okra's options parameter? Do you have something like that as well, so that I can be sure that, okay, this particular transaction or this API call is for this specific customer of mine when I get response back from the API call?
As a metadata, yes, you can do that.
Okay.
We have a question that asks, which banks are currently supported?
Sorry?
There was a question in chat that is asking which banks are currently supported.
Yeah, all the banks in Nigeria.
Okay, one quick question from here. So the auth process is just to get the ID. So when you get the ID, all other APIs don't require authentication.
No.
Question here. How long does the after getting the ID during the auth process, how long does it last? Can I store that and keep using that, or it expires after some time?
So this is the ID that you can store. You don't need to store the one from the widget. This is the only ID you need to store. So you can keep on using this ID.
Okay, so I can keep on using that, making requests on behalf of the customer.
Yeah.
Okay.
Question. Hello.
Yes.
Is it possible to chain multiple IDs? Say you want to create a stop shop for like getting a breakdown of all your bank accounts. Say you have a GTB, a WEMA, and you just want to create like a mini app to collect your details from this bank simultaneously. How many IDs can you use for an API call simultaneously, like to get details from multiple banks?
You need to do multiple authorization, right? So once user link there, for example, the user has 3 bank accounts, right? So you present them with those. You present them with the widgets. They select the first bank they want to link with. After they finish up with the authorization, you can keep the ID, right? You can then ask them to do the second one, the third one, right? And then you can use those ID to call the APIs to get the data. Does that make sense?
I understand how to get the IDs, individual ID. But the question is, can I make say I want account balance and I don't want to make 3 API calls with 3 different IDs. Is there a possibility? As I was asking, like to chain IDs in a query. But anyways, it's just I was just asking if there was an availability for that. That's just.
I didn't get that question right.
Did you say you didn't get a question?
Yeah, I don't understand what you're trying to say.
I think what he's saying is it possible to use 3 different transactions from 3 different banks? To be specific, like instead of using 3 different APIs, you just use one API to call 3 different bank informations after authenticating a particular user.
Unless you do those authorization, unless you do those authentication, you need to do those authentication first on the widget, and anything else can be done. Like anything is possible after that. Right, it's possible. All right. Does that answer your question?
Not really. So what I'm thinking they're asking is, from my own understanding, is there any API that can accept more than one ID?
Oh yeah, I get what you're saying. So instead of doing it multiple times,
no, that's not what.
Not
Sorry,
available right now.
No, that's not what he means.
Like a bulk.
Hey guys, please let Abdul answer the
Yeah, like
question
a bulk.
before interrupting. Okay.
Hello?
Abdul, yeah, finish up, please.
Yeah, are you talking about bulk endpoints where you can just like put all the IDs and then in one API call you can get the response?
Yeah.
Okay, I get what you're saying now. Yeah, that's not available yet.
All right. So guys, one last question before we sort of wrap this up. Are there any outstanding questions that you have for Mr.
Yes, I have a question, please. So, so our use case requires us to have our customers to link, let's say, for example, a maximum of 2 or 3 accounts. Now, let's assume that they've just linked only one. Is it possible for us on our dashboard with Mono to see that, oh guy, you've only linked one out of the 2 accounts that we see you have? So maybe the one they've not linked is just gray or disabled, while the one they've linked appears to be very active. Do you have that kind of view for the admin?
What do you mean for admin? That should be implemented by you guys, right?
Yeah, sure. So let's say we have an account, let's say our company has an account with Mono, for example, now, then our customers now link their bank accounts on our platform, like on our site or on our mobile app. And we require them to actually link, say, 2 of their accounts, but they just linked only one. now I'm thinking that I can log into my dashboard with Mono to see the activities of my customers. That's what I'm thinking, right? So I'm saying if I log into my dashboard, would I be able to see that this guy who linked his account only linked one?
We don't know right now. We don't know how many accounts a user has unless they authorize, unless they authenticate via the widgets, right? So there's no way for us to know that this user has an account in GT Bank or Zenith or whatever. So we only know after you authenticate, after the user authenticates.
Oh, okay. Well,
right?
you may want to check out what Okra does. So I think you could just check that out later then.
All right.
Sorry, can I say something before we cut this? Please, from the widget where you get the code, is there a way to identify what bank? Because what I'm seeing from this API is just the code as the body, and there is no way we can.
I can't really hear the person.
Yeah. Oh, okay, Chuku, can you just write the question because it's impossible to hear you. Hello.
Can
okay,
I see? Can I
Oh,
yeah.
Jesus.
All right. Can you hear me now?
Okay, much better.
Can you hear me now? What I mean
Yes.
is, after the user authenticates, let's say the user is trying to authenticate from GT Bank, and you return. I saw an alert, a code came there, and if you send the code to the backend API, how do you tell the user? How do you know if the bank the user selected to give to the backend during the API call? Because I think the backend needs to hold the information. Okay.
You can see it here. There's the institution response here.
All right. Okay.
Perfect. Okay, let's end it there. Abdul, thank you so very much for spending the time to give us this this demo. Mono is in this. It's a necessary sort of platform in this financial space. Nigeria does not have open banking, and your platform is helping sort of move that whole front forward. Thank you so very much, Abdul, and looking forward to sort of having these engineers leverage your platform to build out these financial services within our hackathon. Abdul, did you have any last minute sort of questions or comments that you want to sort of make before we transition to the other speaker?
No, just like good luck to everyone.
Absolutely. Thank you, sir, and enjoy the rest of your day. You can stay on, or you can continue with your day. It's up to you. All right.
All right, guys. Have a nice one. Thanks.
Take care. Bye. Before we switch over to Ebuka from Simfix, Gloria, you have a question?
Yes,
Please. What happened? Go ahead, Gloria. Try again.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, please, I want to ask, please, from what time to what time will the hackathon hold tomorrow?
Absolutely. We'll answer that at the very end. We'll answer that at the very end. All the questions around the hackathon, I will stay here to make sure every single sort of question is answered accordingly. But for right now, if you don't have, just hold all your questions surrounding the hackathon until the very end. Right now, Ebuka, can you are you there?
Yeah, hi, Uche, good evening. I'm here.
Fantastic. Are you ready to present Simfix's product and API?
Yeah, sure.
All right.
Just give me a minute, please. Can you all see my screen, please?
Yes, we can.
Yeah, we can.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Awesome. Fantastic. All right. Good evening, everyone. My name is Ebuka Ogono. I'm the lead client account manager with Synfix, and quite privileged to be in your midst this evening. And I'll be taking you through our products. The product Synfix built called verified.ng. Okay. Please, before I proceed, if at any point my internet gets messy, can just kindly just call my attention to that so that I can try to reconnect or something. Okay. All right. Just to start, basically, verified.ng is a simple identity verification platform that we aspire to safeguard businesses from fraud activities and also ensure you fully complied with some regulatory requirements and all that. Okay. So, but before I go into verify, let me quickly introduce the company, Synfix, to everyone here. Okay, beautiful. So, Synfix, most of you, I don't know if anyone has heard about Synfix, but Synfix is about 13 years old in the Nigerian tech ecosystem. And then basically what we do is simple. We are a people and a software development companies. And who we are a people and a software development company. And what do we do? What we do is very simple. We've identified that most organizations want to easily acquire and service a lot of customers digitally, but struggle with complex issues, complex processes and compliance issues. We help by seamlessly automating these processes so that they can be more productive and make customers happy and boost revenues. So in summary, Synfix is another innovative company in Nigeria, and we've done quite a lot in this space, and which is not what I want to go into now, but I'll just briefly go through our journey from 2007 when the company was founded till recently. I'll just quickly point out one or two things we've done. We have quite a number of products that cost across multiple sectors. First, we are in the telco space. If you have ever registered your SIM card today with MTN and Airtel and Glo, the platform for that SIM registration was built by Synfix. Airtel was in 2010. Then also Synfix in 2012 built the current system that is used by the National Identity Management Commission, which is NINC, for enrollment in Nigeria. We've also deployed a lot of solutions to state government across Nigeria for ghost worker elimination and all that. So we also have some products which verified.ng is one of them. Verify was created out of the need to identify identities in Nigeria and also enable other businesses like those that are providing financial services to be able to identify individuals in line with Nigerian data privacy law and also some other regulatory requirements within the sector. So we've also built other products that have touched some other sectors. Like in 2018, we are awarded by NIPS to build the Android platform for BVN enrollment. Although that project is not yet live, but it's currently at the final stages of just settling one or two contractual hitches and all that, right? Then also currently we are also deploying the Android NIN enrollment solution, which NIMC is going to roll out identity space in Nigeria. We would have heard that in the past 2 years, NIMC has been trying to build an ecosystem for enrollment to further reach into further cover more of Nigerian population to capture more identity in a way to also harmonize the entire data into a foundational database and all that. So one of the critical tools that is required is to be able to achieve the entire NIN enrollment process in an Android software, which has a lot of complex validations with respect to fingerprint quality, image, ICAO standard for image, and other backend communications. So we've been able to deliver that solution, which is currently being tested in the by the NIMC quality assurance team, and very soon is going to go live. Okay, so just to move forward, I'll talk about, like I mentioned earlier, verify.ng is just a simple platform for multiple verification services at your fingertips. You can do quite a number of verifications on verified. Not something that is complex or combined, although we did some one or two configuration with the verification services just to provide more value, mostly targeted at organizations and startups that that intend to build, innovate around multiple financial services or other kind of services that will require identity management or fraud detection processes to avoid and other things based on regulatory requirements. So for organizations, you can build a successful brand on trust. You can acquire customers that you are sure these are your customers by validating their identities and also kind of providing a face matching algorithm where you can collect the customer's image in real time and match it against the image on the ID the customer provides to you, while also validating the authenticity of that ID. You understand? So it helps you reduce risk and maintain a good image. It also helps you know your customers and everything. All right. So what kind of identity verification that do we offer? Just to go straight to it, we are you can try to avoid impersonation and identity fraud by deploying our face match verification while ensuring you acquire the portrait of your customer physically and live there. You also match it with any image of your choice, or you can decide to match it with the identity card, any of the national ID card the customer is providing at the point of onboarding. This allows a lot of people onboard customers without needing to have an agent to verify whether this customer is there. And as we move on, I'm going to give you a lot of other organizations that are currently using these services for very big organizations that are using it to acquire their customers. Okay. Okay, okay. So on the next one, we also have the proof of ID validation. Like I mentioned, we've been able to integrate to all the national IDs in Nigeria, from BVN to NIN to driver's license, international passport, voter's card, even bank account number verification, and proof of residence verification, which is what you call the address verification. For businesses like corporate customers that you want to also verify, we have services that support them, which include the RC number verification, which is the company CSC registration number. Then we also have the TIN number verification. You can verify the tax identity number of these customers, and also you can also verify their business address, and also verify the taxpayer identity and all that. So just moving forward to the next slide. Yeah, we'll have some other AI-powered services, which of course they include liveness detection. Like I mentioned, you can detect the liveness of a customer at the point of capture. I call picture quality recognition and also anti-spoofing. So some of these AI services are actually deployed for for bigger organizations that regulatory bodies are currently on their neck to ensure they're currently investigating them and trapping them and the way they acquire customers. And they also want to go all out without needing to depend on a physical agent to acquire their customers. So they provide this kind of checks on the front end level where the customer can self onboard while also doing all these checks to confirm and to ensure that it meets the regulatory requirements and they are fully compliant to this requirement and all that. So then other things are KYC onboarding. Okay, so basically for developers, we have a very simple, easy to integrate API. It's a pretty straightforward API that anybody can just integrate. Very simplified response and provide extra convenience for any developer that is working on it. Part of our roadmap is also to work on the codeless integration. This is part of what we are currently working on to develop, which will be very available very soon. So, okay. So we have multiple ways you can access the product. We have a web portal which is hosted on verify.ng. Then we also have the API integration where you can do one or two calls and all that. Then you have the SDK. You have the SDK platform, the SDK, Android SDK that you can also deploy for this verification. Okay, so this is just a summary of entire services we have. I'm going to show us one or two of these services over a Postman. I'm just going to make a bit of calls over the Postman. It's pretty straightforward. It's very, very, very straightforward. And I don't know if anyone has any question at this point in time before I move over to Postman.
So on the SDK, does this serve as something like a module which we can actually import or download, make uh, then make an API call, which is not actually REST API call, but code to code API call, more like AWS SDK or Firebase SDK, whereby you import. For example, if you're a node module, you can use npm to install the package, then leverage on the expose.
Okay. All right, I get your question, but our SDK is the SDK we had was actually on Android. Is an Android native SDK, which is not something you can just import. And also for the scope of this hackathon, we will likely be using our API services, not the SDK.
Okay, thank you.
All right. So any other question, please? Okay. So I'll just go ahead to present my Postman now.
There we go. Are you still going to continue sharing? Okay, there we go. Sorry about that.
Yeah. Okay, can you all see my screen, please?
Yeah, can see your screen.
Okay, okay. So basically, the like I mentioned, the API is very simple. Most of our calls are a post method calls, and we just define your body, and also on the header part, we actually you're going to use a user ID which identifies the account that you will be using to make these calls, and also there's an API key. So for each of the services you would want to try out or use for this for the purpose of this hackathon, you would need an API key for that service. Okay, and I'm sure Mr. Uche, once any of the services that you need, you can just engage Mr. Uche during the hackathon. He's going to get you the API key, and he also shared the user ID with you. Then I can also share the API documentations with you so that you can see the structures for the request for body and the expected response. So for this is a NIN call. This is the call. So this is the base URL, app.verify.ng. Then the SFX and the other details there are the endpoints for NIN. So we have some combination or configuration of this is a call that makes direct search for NIN, for national identity number. We also have a service which is called NIN plus face match. So what it does is to collect these details, these NIN details, and also get the image of the customer, the portrait image of the customer, and the ID card image of that customer. And it does basically, it does two things. One is that it confirms the authenticity of that ID with the number provided. So if you watch on the body, you are meant to pass the first name, the surname, and certain details, the name number of this customer. Okay. So when you do a call, the service kind of validates the number if it's correct, then does a match with the first name and the last name, respond to you, provide a Boolean response, whether it is verified or if verified is true or false. You understand? Like this call that I just made now, it's not correct. So that's why I got this response. But if I should use my name now, my first name is Ebuka, and then change this to Ogono, and just give me a minute, let me get my name number. Okay. Okay. I'll just hit send. Oh, okay, sorry. The date of birth. Okay, so sorry, the previous time I did not put the correct date of birth. That's why it returns the verified status as false. So I've gotten everything right now, and you can see my response is telling me that this is successful. and also the status is verified, and then the boolean for verified is true. So that's it for NIN. This call is actually a live call. So most of the services you'll be using would actually verify a real identity. It's going to make a call to verify a real identity. So other services that we have also includes RC number. So RC number is basically collecting the RC number and the company name. Then it returns information like that is verified, that the number is validated, then the name of the company, and it also returns the date of incorporation of that company and the address of the company as made available on the CAC database. Let me quickly get us a sample database of okay. So here's the service. This is a face name plus face match service. I can see you have to define the ID number, then add two images, basically base 64 of these two images. One is the ID base 64 string, which is the ID card of the customer, the main ID card that the customer provided, and also the second image is the portrait of the customer. So here you have the name. Can just rearrange this thing later. It doesn't matter. So you have the name of the person, the first name and the last name. Then you have the portrait of the customer. So once you hit this service, it's going to return and the date of birth. Let me get a valid key, please. Okay. Okay, okay. This is the portal where you collect your API keys. So, but Mr. Uche will be handling this. So, like you can see, we have a number of different API services, which is more or less a combination of different ways you can retrieve these services. You have the BVM full details, then you have the BVM plus face match. You also have account number validation. You have the FRC plus face match, and the single face match verification service. This service only allows you to pass the two images for a result, either if it is a match or not a match. So I'm trying to test out the name plus face match. So I'm going to copy this key. So I need to turn it to live. Okay. Let's run. Oh, sorry.
Hey, Ebuka. Hello, Ebuka.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah, just for the sake of time right now.
Hello, yeah, Mr. J.
Yeah, just for the sake of time right now, let's just transition to questions and to the Q&A sort of period, because this session was actually supposed to be ending 2 minutes ago. But hey, guys, do you have questions for?
Sorry about that.
No problem, no problem. Do you have questions for Ebuka about the verify.ng API layer?
There's a link to the documentation, right? I mean,
yes.
Okay.
I'm going to share that with Mr. Che. Yes.
Yeah, I mean, if you just go to verify.ng, their API is there. We will also share with you guys the Mono API and the Verify API tomorrow morning at 6 a.m. All right. Other questions, guys? Okay. Ebuka, thank you so very much for spending the time to come on this talk and sort of share the Verify.ng API with these engineers. I'm looking forward to seeing how they incorporate it in combination with the Mono API to build out this these various applications. There's a question here. Is the API a REST API or SOAP API? I believe is a REST API, a RESTful API.
Is a REST API. Yeah,
yes.
It's a RESTful API.
Very well. Very well. And again, before Ebuka, go ahead. Go ahead.
So can the API be integrated with a web platform or only for Android? And which language
No, it can be integrated to a web platform. It works with a web platform.
Can it work with let's say Laravel, Vue, or React?
Yeah, see, it's an API, so you can just as long as you are passing the right headers and the response in JSON and the body, and the headers and the body, you get the right response. You get the response, so you can work with any of those frameworks.
Okay, so how can we now get as like like you say, you provide us the documentation data. Okay.
Yes.
Cool.
Fantastic. All right.
Sorry, I have a question.
Go ahead.
The face recognition, is it going to be streamed? Are we using streaming service? You say it's a real-time stuff. How do you do the checking?
No, just pass the two images, and the response. The API is going to give you a response with a statement if it's a match or not, and with a score. So once you pass two images that are a match, you get an immediate response. It's real time.
The image, like a base 64 image, or
yes, it's a base 64 image. However, please, while converting your base 64, ensure that the image is not above 400 KB. I think it's stated in the API. Anyway, just ensure that the image is not above 400 KB, and it's fine.
The image size itself, that's what you mean?
Yeah, the converted image, the base 64 image converted should not be above 400 KB.
Okay. Sorry.
No, okay, I'm listening.
But the image is supposed to have a specific size, because because if you convert an image to base 64, how is going to try to convert it? I thought the image is supposed to have a size, something like that.
Yeah, so your image, the image you are using, the base 64 size of that image should not be above 400 KB. Once it's above 400 KB, the system, the service is going to throw you an error that the image is above 400 KB.
Okay,
so
no
we have a size limit for image you are passing for each of the image, not both image, for each of the image you are passing.
Okay, no problem.
All right.
Okay, fantastic. Ebuka, muchas gracias. Thank you very much. and we look forward
All
to implementing the verify.ng API. Very well. Any last sort of thoughts before we sort of transition to the very last part of this session from you? Questions, or I mean, any sort of comments or considerations?
Okay. I don't have any questions, but though I would like to see, and I would like to encourage everyone that is participating, and also I'll be looking forward to an amazing product that is going to come out from this hackathon. Hopefully would also somehow meet or get to meet some of you, or somehow, I don't know if I'm going to participate. I will be available for the hackathon, but CFIT as a company also interested in talents and people that are very innovative and all that, right? So
Exactly.
hopefully, maybe Mr. Oshie, you can share my contacts with them. We can have a side conversation around that and see how we can partner with each other.
Absolutely. Yeah, that's one of the main goals is to get these engineers opportunities in current tech companies right now, and see if they're good enough, they should get hired. Yeah, fantastic. Well, Ebuka, take care, and I'll follow up with you with the rest of the hackathon, okay?
All right.
Everyone. Take care. Bye. Okay, I see that there is loads of questions already, and I'm gonna answer all the ones in the chat, and then please just I'm gonna give an overall sort of description on how the hackathon is gonna go. So just hold your questions, okay? But to quickly answer these ones in the chat, must we implement both verify and mono? Yes. Your solution will leverage both of these APIs, okay? How do we submit? You don't have to worry about that for now. What time what time does the hackathon begin? And so the hackathon will begin tomorrow at 6 a.m. At 6 a.m., the various teams, each one will receive the instructions, and then it is a go. This is an online hackathon, and you have all day to sort of deliver on this. Please, from what time to what time? Okay, so hopefully everyone can hear me. My data, again, might cut in and out. I'm using a hotspot right now. So the hackathon is happening in two phases, okay? Friday is going to be, you and your teams. Can you please mute yourself if you're not muted? There we go. Friday is going to be the main day where you and your team will spend the appropriate amount of time to build out your various applications, okay? And then Saturday, we're gonna have a demo day, okay? Friday, you guys will build. Saturday, you guys will demo. Excuse me. Okay, so like I mentioned earlier, the hackathon will start at 6 a.m., all right? And then by 10 a.m., you and your team will submit a proposal just to us on this is what our hackathon is going to be about. This is a problem that we're trying to solve, and this is the proposed solution. Okay, that's just when it's due. You can submit it sooner than that, and then from 6 a.m. up until 3:30, you will have you will be building out your applications, and you will be required to submit to deploy your application and then submit it to us. Okay, you can deploy it on Heroku, AWS, DigitalOcean, GCP. We don't care. Firebase, doesn't really matter as long as it's deployed and there's an active link. All right, and from that point, we will choose the first set of teams that will move forward. All right, so do not half-ass it. We are, obviously build quickly, as quickly as like possible, but like try to make it look good, try to make it work, try to fix all the bugs that you can in that short amount of time. And so by 4 p.m., you all know who's moving on to the next stage. We are hoping to have about 15 teams, and if we don't even have like 15 teams in the I'm sorry, we're hoping to have 20 teams selected from that first round. But if we don't have 20 teams, we will only select 15 teams. And then then from 4 o'clock until 9 p.m., you guys will be building out the rest of your application. You will get another chance to sort of make it a much fuller app, a much better looking app, a much less buggy application. And then from there, the top 15 will be chosen. And if there's not 15 teams, it will just be the top 10 will be chosen. And it is these top 10 teams that by 10 p.m. will receive an invitation to Saturday. And that will be at Hub 1 here in Yaba. And let me pause there before I go to Saturday. Any questions on that timeline? And again, we will send all of this via email. You will have clarity around the timeline and all of it. But any sort of questions right now?
Okay. Good evening.
Evening.
My name is Obong Moffat.
Hey, how you doing,
Okay,
sir?
please, for those of us that are outside, for right now, I'm chatting you from Akwa Ibom.
That's fine.
Yeah, how do I get myself to Hop One in Lagos?
You don't need to. You don't need to. For those who are not local, you'll be and you get invited to do your presentation. You can do it remotely. All right, you can zoom in.
All right, thank you very much for the question.
No problem. More questions?
Okay, thanks. I have a question, please. Okay,
Yes.
so from your submission, it sounded like the products have to be built at the start of the hackathon. What if we already have a product?
No.
Somehow.
Victor, no.
Okay.
The product should not be built at the start of the hackathon.
Okay.
At the start of the hackathon is just, we're going to send you the information on what the prompt is. You will submit a proposal.
No, I got that. I got that, sir. So what I'm asking is, what if there's an existing product, but not yet integrated to Verify or Mono, and then we're looking at how to plug into these two products? Such an existing product, would it be valid?
No. You're building it from scratch. Everyone is starting from zero. All right. We're not like, if you need to integrate with Mono and Verify, go ahead. That's up to you, right? It has nothing to do with this hackathon. In this hackathon, we're trying to see if you're given a prompt, how quickly can you build? How can you work like as a team? It's a test where everyone's starting from the same same point. Okay, but good question. Great question. Yes, go ahead. Okay, Chukwu.
Can I ask a question?
Yes, go ahead.
The problem we're going to solve during this hackathon, is it going to be given by an existing problem?
You definitely broke up there. Try it once more. What'd you say? Hello.
What I mean is, are you going to give us a problem to solve, or we're going to generate a problem out of generate a solution out of the issues that are arising in the financial sector?
Yes, we're going to give you a prompt, and then you're going to come up with your own solution, but using these two APIs, right? We're going to give you the tools and the general prompt, and then you're going to be creative and like, okay, this is what I want to build for agri-tech, for health tech, for education tech, for film tech, for whatever it is. But as long as it is including these financial sort of like solutions or like APIs, then we are good. You would have met the prompt accordingly. So yeah. Okay. Other questions? All right. Cool. All right. Again, just to summarize, you guys will get the prompt. Each team will get the prompt at 6 a.m. Okay. Tomorrow morning, you get the prompt at 6 a.m. And in that will be all the definitions you need for the timeline and all the various sort of things, access to the various API documentation and so on and so forth. So before we end this call, I know that we're already above the hour. Any last minute questions, concerns, issues? Okay. Well, guys, that is it. Take care, and until next time, I'm looking forward to seeing what you guys build with these APIs. Bye.
Bye.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Hey, Naomi, you would not have to travel into Lagos if you cannot. It is for those who are in Lagos and can show up. We recommend that they come in because we want to have people, who, like, meet each other. But if you're outside of Lagos and it's impossible for you to like make it, that's fine. You can present remotely.
Sorry, can I ask one next question? Can I ask a question?
Go ahead.
Okay, sorry, I think I missed the part where you are saying we have to be in Lagos. I don't know, maybe the presentation day or demo day. So where are we
No,
meeting in Lagos to demo? Or the
in
social purpose
Hub
this
1.
morning by 6?
Hub 1. Yes. Hub 1 in Yaba.
Oh, boom.
And right in the middle of Yaba.
Oh, wow. Okay, cool.
So Enye, all the contact information and all that will be available to you once we send out the prompt. All the information, contact, emergency, all of that, you will have it all. Okay. And it will be both via Slack and additionally via WhatsApp. So just to make sure that we're doubly covered. So you will all get an invite to Slack if that wasn't already said. Cool. Any last minute questions? Okay. Cool. Take care, guys. See ya. I'm going to be ending the room now. If